Hello, my name is Neil Callahan. I'm your instructor for EDU 144, Child Development 1. This video serves to help explain the Child Development Occupation Project that you have in this course. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the instructions and try to explain it as best I can. If you look at your instruction sheet, it says Part 1, Background Information. It says choose a child development profession to research. There are all sorts of examples of child development professions that can be found in the textbook on pages 42 through 45. For example, a child development profession would be a child care professional, an early childhood professor, a teacher assistant, something like that. What you need to do is once you choose a profession to research, gather basic information about that profession. I want you to find enough information to educate me about that profession. Assume that I do not know anything about it. So as you type up the explanation of what that profession is, keep in mind you need to educate me. This will make up the first half of your project. This part of the project needs to be at least 5 pages long, minimum. And when I say 5 pages, I mean 5 full pages of information. The title page, pictures, the bibliography page, that does not count as part of the 5. I want 5 full pages, not 4.5. 5 full pages minimum. If this part of the project is less than 5 full pages, you run the risk of earning no better than a 50 on the project, so keep that in mind. Now, part 2 of the project, the interview. Now, you have chosen a child development profession and you have researched it for part 1 of the paper, but for part 2 of the paper, I want you to interview somebody who currently has that job. If you choose early childhood professor, then you would interview a early childhood professor. So you'll need to interview a person that works in that field. You can do that by phone, you can interview them in person, by survey, by email, whatever's most convenient for you. You can even video it if you want to. These are the questions I need you to ask, and I need you to find answers to these questions. Number 1, why did you choose this profession? Number 2, what education is required for your position? Number 3, what degrees or certificates do you hold? Number 4, what is the nature of your training? Number 5, what are your day-to-day duties? In other words, what do you do on any given day? Next, what age children or adults do you serve? Or do you serve both? How do you serve children, adults, or families? Ask them to explain it, to elaborate on it. The next question, do you use child development principles in your position? In other words, do they use some of the child development principles that we learn in our coursework in their day-to-day work? The next question, what are some challenges that you face in your position? And finally, what advice do you have for someone thinking about getting a job in your field? On top of these questions, I also want you to come up with 10 questions of your own to ask them. This is a 10 question minimum. I don't want 9 questions. I don't want 8. I want 10 minimum. You can come up with 20 of your own, but I do want 10 minimum. And as you're interviewing this person, I want you to engage them in a conversation. Try to get more than short answers to your questions. Engage them in a conversation. You might have to work them a little bit. That way you get a good interview and you get some good answers other than, 2 or 3 word or 1 word answers. Trying to, get you to get more information out of them. That's part 2. There is no page length minimum on this. However many pages it takes to, you put the answers to these things, that's how many pages it takes. Part 3 to the project deals with your personal career goals. In part 3, you have 3 questions to answer for me. Question 1, what is your personal career goal once you are done with your education here at Pamlico Community College? Share this plan in detail. Question 2, What must you do to achieve your goal beyond Pamlico Community College, education-wise? And give me detail here as well. In other words, if you plan to go on to a four-year university and work towards your doctorate in child development, then what do you need to do once you leave Pamlico to achieve that goal? Yeah. And question 3, why did you choose this career goal for yourself? Explain to me why you chose, for example, to pursue a doctorate in child development, or why you chose to pursue a 2-year degree in in early childhood education in order to become a child care professional. Explain to me why you chose this particular career goal for yourself. Explain in detail. Now, keep in mind that this project is worth 25% of your overall grade, so to take this project lightly will, as you can guess, worth 25% of your grade can hurt your grade. So do not take this project lightly. All your findings need to be typed up in a report format. As you prepare this paper, assume the person knows nothing about what you're talking about, so educate them. Use double spacing, 12 font, Times Roman print. Use correct grammar. Proofread your paper. Spell check your paper. I will take off for bad grammar. No handwritten documents will be accepted, and with a project this size, no late work will be accepted. So if you turn it in late, you may as well keep it, because I'm not going to grade it. So remember, if you have any questions about this project, you can always contact me, and I'll be happy to explain the project further. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you.